Yay! Hi, kitty. So I am live, and I have Milk the cow with me, and nobody's on yet, so I have just a minute to set myself up. Doing something a little bit different. I hate it when YouTubers say that. I'm doing something a little bit different today, but I have a little different setup today. If I can keep the camera from moving. There we go. I've just plugged myself in. Weird thing with this YouTube live on the phone is if you get it wrong first. Hi, Joe. You are first. So I have this setup. I just sit on my couch and I'm like on a couple of pillows and I'm all propped up. And I noticed that on the phone it looks really, really bright, but then when I replay it, it looks really, really dark on the replay. And so I have these really, really tiny. They're like literally this big. Well, actually, here's one of the filters. So this is a filter for these lights, and they're battery-operated LED lights, which are interesting. They throw a lot of light, but they throw it very specifically. So if you can see, there's a lot of shadows. I feel like I'm standing. I'm like, what is it? Interrogation. Anyway, I am sick today. I woke up this morning. I did not sleep very well last night. And all last night while I was sleeping, or trying to sleep, I kept thinking, oh, what am I going to do for my live stream? I like to usually make things on my live stream, but today I just don't have the energy for it. I think I'm coming down with something. Not sure what it is. I might be really sweaty right now. My hair is kind of tied in back so that it's a little bit cooler. So I thought I would talk about characters, making characters with puppets. I brought a couple of the puppets that I've been making. I've made now 4 full character puppets in the past month or so, and so I thought, as I'm being really... yikes. Okay. Loving the half up, half down hair. Thanks. I don't do it very often. I usually only do it if I'm at home because it's a little bit too samurai for work. But it does work for me. It keeps it cooler because right around here I get really hot. But I like to have it down when I'm on camera. Just because a lot of people who came to my channel originally came for the long hair. So I don't know. I like to have it down. So people have seen, as usual, I'm frantically moving stuff around on the couch as I'm doing this. As people have seen, I was working on, if you've been following me on Instagram or Twitter or anything, I have been working on this cow puppet for about a month, 3 weeks, about 3 weeks. And she was finished last night. Let me put her on. She's enormous. But this is her. And her name is Milk. It's Milk the cow. And she and we're calling him her nephew, Mutton. I finished Mutton before I started on Milk, so this is Mutton. Hi, Mondare. Hi. So this is Mutton. He is a character I don't play. This is a character that Peter plays. I think he's adorable. And then they live on a farm together. He and Milk, putting on puppets at the same time. He and Milk. They live on a farm together, and the reason that we made these guys was for a contest. The Gates Foundation had a contest for YouTubers where you could make a 2-minute video for any one of the charities that the Gates Foundation would possibly give money to. And one of them is Heifer International, and Heifer International gives cows, all sorts of livestock. They give sheep, and they give cows, and they give pigs, and they give all sorts of livestock to farmers and villages in Africa and communities, even communities in the United States, even communities that are in need of financial help and in need of being financially on their own. Financially independent is the best way to put it. And so I looked up what Heifer International does. I've seen that, like, if you've ever had like a coworker or not so close person who wants to give you a gift, and they'll say, I gave a cow to a village in Africa. That's most likely it's gone through something like Heifer International, because I think they're the biggest one. And we don't have a cow. Now we do. Her cowbell. Her cowboy's bell's in the way. There we go. So we thought that we would make a story for this contest, and we don't win anything for the contest. There's a reimbursement for being one of the applicants. If you were accepted, they will reimburse you for some of your materials or for making the video. So whatever it costs to make the video, you actually get reimbursed for that. And we thought that was cool, and it would give us an opportunity to, for me especially, I've made a few puppets from scratch. Usually what I would do is I follow your hair growing tips. Keep doing and keep growing long hair. Thanks very much. I've really grown attached to my long hair. At the end of this year, it'll be 4 years of growing my hair out. And it's super, let's see if I can get up, super long right now. It's also super ratty. I at least need to get a cut. I'm probably going to get a cut to my shoulders. Just for the summer, because oh my gosh, it is so warm. If you can hear, I've got the air conditioning going full blast because it's almost 100 degrees Fahrenheit here today. Anyway, so Heifer International, like I said, they give, thank you, looking very nice, he said. You know, YouTube's really good. You know, I'm sure that there are people who get terrible, hateful things, but everybody who comes from my hair videos, every once in a while I'll get somebody who says that they don't like long hair on men, and I kind of wonder why they visit long hair men's channels, but everybody's been really nice to me. So these guys are playing characters. I proposed that we would have 2 brand new puppet characters who are excited to be the livestock who are being given to the village. Now we're kind of glossing over the fact that like a cow would be great because you could give milk. Yes, we could give milk. Started watching your video 2 years ago, haven't had a haircut since. So I know that's fine, I don't care. I do this on Mondays because I took a break from the hair videos, but I like having something to do on Monday afternoons. Used to be, it's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I talk about long hair, but instead I'm now doing these. So I don't mind talking about that either. Milk, of course, could give milk. One of the weird things with puppets. I caught you. Hi, Michelle. I totally didn't catch you on your live stream. I'm sorry. Hey, Nate. My mom says hi as well. Hey, Nate's mom. Nate's mom, I subscribed to your channel and you haven't put up a video ever since then. So if you ever feel like putting up a video, I'll watch it. So milk would give milk, but mutton... So we don't say what happens to the livestock because... Yeah, so we don't say what happens to the livestock. So milk was finished Sunday, so yesterday. Yesterday I put the spots on her. She's in the process of coming up with another video. Awesome. Nate does parkour. If anybody, I know a lot of guys with long hair like a lot of things like parkour and stuff. So if you like parkour, another long hair guy is Nate. It's Drago Nate. He's on the chat right now. Michelle, it seems like there's mostly guys here right now. Michelle does a lot of videos like vlogs and shopping and things like that. If you have a channel and you are in the chat right now, I always say please let everybody else know about the chat. Another YouTuber, Cricket. Cricket comes every single time. Michelle shops. Yes, you do. You don't shop as much as you used to because you have kids now. But she'll do like Dollar Tree and Daiso, which we don't have here on the East Coast. All sorts of things like that. And then Cricket makes food. Cooking with Cricket is her channel. And she got free stuff. I never get free stuff for my channel. Nobody gives puppets free stuff. But Cricket just got a scale for free that she did a review on, which was kind of cool. So milk here was finished yesterday. All I see are flaws with these things. Like you can see there's like the tongue, her tongue isn't, it is cool. You know, I never thought that I would watch people showing what they bought, but it's weirdly interesting. It's kind of like watching other people open their Christmas presents or their birthday presents. Michelle takes care of twin boys who are her nephews, and you know if you're a nanny, that's one thing. But if you're a nanny who's related, you know, if you're like a grandparent or an aunt or something, then you're gonna. It's basically your kids too. I think. I think. So with the puppets, there's some things that I like watching shopping hauls too. Seriously, I don't have to buy anything, and I get to watch people open stuff, which I like. So this is Milk. And today I wanted to talk about making a character with a puppet because I figured it would be a good thing. And I meander on these things. I'm sorry. So Milk was finished. Milk is the most challenging puppet I've done so far, and that's not saying much because most of the puppets I've done up till now, I love her face. It came together yesterday. She's just a little bit. She's just a little bit off center, and that's just because I'm a real amateur. I've only been making puppets from scratch for the past few months. We've made a number of puppets. We have some commercial puppets that we adjusted, which is like, you know, like George and Dog and all of those. Those are kind of like, they're based off of commercial puppets that we then made our own. Made, you know, minor adjustments to make them our own, but we're not real puppeteers either make their own puppets or have their own puppets made for them because you want to make characters, real characters. So when we started with Sullivan, I made Sullivan out of some pieces from, he's made out of a bunch of things. He's made out of pieces of a stuffed animal dog. His ears are actually, we got at IKEA, this long mustache. In the kids department, this long mustache, those are his ears. So I cut the mustache in half and that's his ears. He has a tuft of hair at the top. He has eyes from the Muppet F.A.O. Schwartz workshop. His tongue we've put in. So he's like this Frankenstein monster of a puppet. So that's with like Sullivan. He was the first one that I made all entirely myself, but it was kind of, I didn't make a pattern. I kind of used pieces and put them together. And the consultant is a custom puppet, but it wasn't made by us. It's a custom puppet that Peter bought. He bought this whole lot of custom puppets that have no features so that you can add the features to them. And when we first started doing Sullivan, if you go back on the Sullivan Spaniel videos, those are, we originally thought the consultant every time would have one feature. So in the beginning, the consultant first, he'd come in and he'd have eyeglasses, he'd have a nose, he'd have hair, he wouldn't have hair, he'd have ears. And we have a lot of puppet pieces, but we don't have, they're all basically the same sorts of things. So we have 7,000 eyes, we have 1,000,000 ears, but they're all like, if he's got one set of ears, the next time he comes in with a different set of ears, it just looks like a continuity problem. And because the consultant doesn't talk, I find it's, to me, I like the idea of a puppet being a puppet and people knowing that it's something that's taking the place of a character. I don't know, it's kind of my theater thing too. Like when I do theater, I always do just the minimum amount on stage to let the audience know what's happening. So I'm not big on, let's make a room and let's put in a chandelier, let's put in 1,000 books. Hey Rob, oh my god, you're on my live stream. Thanks for joining. Rob has a channel about long hair too. So guys who are here for the long hair stuff, Rob is growing his hair from an undercut and he's like 5-6 months now. So yeah, check him out. He's got some great stuff. He also does beard journeys that come and go. Like he'll grow a beard and then he'll cut it off and say, I'm going to start again, which is cool. So so Sullivan is, there's never a character on Sullivan that we haven't made. There are no commercial puppets on that. And that's also, so that's what we're trying to do, is make sure that we don't introduce any characters who aren't ones we've made from now on. So Peter had gotten a while ago some puppet patterns, some online patterns. And the first one I made, I thought I would make an alien puppet, who turned out to be Fwed, who's on the other couch, but at first he was going to be a gray alien. I like the puppet with no features though, and it works perfectly. That's just it. And that's what I'm trying to, in my long-winded way, 15 minutes in, is talking about characters, because the character tends to come with the puppets halfway from what you have your idea, and then halfway from what happens with them. Ugh. Like this guy, he's Clark Bait. I'm watching you on my TV now. Oh, if only it was like real TV, that would be great. So he was supposed to originally be the alien, but we didn't have a story for an alien yet. I just wanted to make an alien. And I thought gray, you know how people who have been abducted by aliens, they always say that they were gray. So I started with a gray puppet, a pattern, and I used this gray puppet blank. And then I thought of the idea of Clark bait instead of clickbait. Actually, I just thought clickbait and it would be a worm. So I was like, oh, we can make him into a worm because he looks like a worm, you know? And then as soon as I put on the eyes and the stripes, these are supposed to be like, you know how a worm kind of goes like this. He doesn't have a striped shirt on or anything. I was like, I can't make him into an alien. He has to stay this guy forever because I love him. And he has the voice. Originally it was Charles Nelson Riley. I don't know if anybody's old enough to remember Charles Nelson Riley, but he was on Match Game, and he was on The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, and so he has a voice like, and Paul Lynde, who is another over-the-top gay guy who was on Hollywood Squares, who was like, you know, oh my goodness, oh no, like that. And last night, he's only been in one episode. Hello. But I think I'm going to bring him back. Mom remembers Charles Nelson Riley. He's awesome. He had these big glasses, and he was like super duper over the top gay, and he would make fun of people like in that way that only queens from the 1970s could, you know, like, no, well, you're not pretty, but at least you're not smart either, you know, kind of like that. Oh my God, Kathy, hi. I watch Match Game every night on the old game show channel. He was so much fun. Him and Brett Summers. And Patty Deutsch. For some reason, she just, she makes me laugh so much because women don't do the kind of loopiness that they do, like that sort of, I'm kind of weird and you might think I'm stupid, but I'm really not, like Goldie Hawn at the beginning. So, Clark, I watched a show, if you've ever watched Are You Being Served? They tried to make an American version of it. And Peter was watching it last night. It was called The Beans of Boston, or Beans of Boston. So instead of a store in England, it was a store in Boston, and it just didn't work. But Alan Suze, who was from Laugh-In, he's another one of those over-the-top, you know, kind of queenie guys, and he was like, oh, yeah, I've never been on a motorcycle before, you know, like that kind of thing. So this is him, and when you're creating a character, sometimes it's as soon as you see him, you're like, oh, this is what he sounds like. Oh my gosh, If you change him a little bit, like let's say, I brought some stuff. If I put a nose on him, like this, I don't have any tape, or I would. If I had a nose on him, he would look very different. Or we found this beautiful, beautiful gray fur, which I used for Milk, for her hair. It was on clearance. But if he had, like this, suddenly I put this on, and all of a sudden he's a rock star kind of English, you know, hello, I toured with, you know, like, whatever, you know, I toured with Deep Purple back in the day, lost my hairpiece, oh my goodness. So, or he could be like a Albert Einstein kind of thing. Alfred Einstein would work, you know, like, so the character, the character of the puppet comes from how you make them, I think. And I think a lot of it comes from when you have made it and then you start performing with it. And that's kind of, as soon as you see what they are, then you realize who they are. So like, I knew I wanted to do a sheep, but it wasn't until I put these eyes on them. We were going to do an all-white sheep with the little kind of sheep eyes, you know, like the eyes. Oh, I have on my Chihuahua. So I bought this Chihuahua for costume. See these little eyes? These are available at every like Joann's or fabric store or whatever. These you can get 1 million of them for like $20. And these were going to be like these kind of eyes, just sheep eyes. But as soon as I was not going to make him into an all-white sheep, because he's white everywhere else, we made his face gray. He was going to have a black face, but black is hard to, pure black is hard to do as a fabric, as a puppet, because it just disappears. That's why it works for like the inside of a mouth. As soon as we realized that he was going to have this gray face, you take away the ears. If he had like little baby sheep ears like this, he would be a very different character. Or if he had smaller eyes, he would be a very different character. But, like, there is nothing that is not happy about this guy. Peter does the voice, but he's like, let's see, yeah, Auntie Milk, ah! Like that. So, the face, the way that he can move, the fact that he has these weighted, floppy ears. These are weighted with beads that I had left in my collection. So he's just a happy guy. Like, there is no way that I could do an angry, a mean, a sad puppet. He could be sad, like, oh, well, things aren't happy for me, but oh, jeez. But, like, that he's like a bouncy, happy, yay kind of person, or kind of sheep. But you can change his character. Again, let me just, if I just put, like, if I wanted to make him a woolly sheep, like those sheep in, like, Scotland or something, where, let's see, it's a terrible piece because it's cut in a weird way, but if he had, like that, he would be a different character. Or he could even be a sheep dog, like Dog. I think the thing about Dog from the George videos is that he doesn't have any visible eyes. He has eyes. He looks super happy. It's crazy how one little thing can completely change the character. Exactly. Dog, he's in this cabinet, you can't see his eyes. Dog is like, if he was in the worm, he's like, the hair just covers him, so all you've got is like a mouth and a face, like, So Dog seems sweet and naive, one, because he doesn't talk. And honestly, Peter gets away with a lot because he gets, in our two big series, he gets two characters that don't ever have to say anything. And we improvise everything. We come up with a story and then we go down in the basement where we have a green screen. I wish we had reception. We don't have the modem's upstairs, so if we go in the basement, I can't stream from there, even on my computer. But I'd love to show you the setup. Maybe I'll do that as a recorded video. But he has two characters. He has the consultant, he has Dog. I have to be George and Sullivan and all of these characters that have all of the weight of the story, and Peter can literally be like, with Dog. And everybody loves him. They're like, Dog is my favorite character. And am I jealous? Yes. I'm very jealous because I would love to have a character who doesn't speak, who can go around and just be adorable or be weird or have all of the, like, gotcha lines without ever having to say anything. Because if you notice on Sullivan, I sometimes can you can see me thinking when I go, what do you think about that? Like, if this was Sullivan. Ooh, her eye is, I have to glue these on. I didn't get the sight lines. It's another thing with puppets is you really, really have to, there we go. You have to match up the pupils so that the sight lines work. George is a favorite of mine. Thank you. So, if the cow was just like, and she just wandered around, I think it would be an easier character. If you had, like, Mutton doing all the work like George does. I shouldn't say doing all the work. Ramdas Padhi, he's an Indian puppeteer and puppet maker. Oh, I would love to see that. I don't want to give you any homework, but I will lose the chat on this. So if you come back when this is uploaded, or you can put it on any of my videos, put his name in the comments so I can view him. I love finding other puppeteers online, and every once in a while a puppeteer finds me, and I just love it. I love it. If anybody has any puppeteers that aren't the Muppets, because I know the Muppets, I know Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, I know Creatures of Yes, which is my absolute favorite puppet now that puppet YouTuber now that Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is over. I love him, he looks awesome, well done, thank you. There's this new, they're not new, but they came and discovered my channel, so I went over there. It's called, Puppet Love is the series. I can't remember the name of the channel, but if you look up Puppet Love, they're these sort of British liberal, I think their politics are pretty liberal. They do these political things, and they also do these hilarious, very English puppets. They're made out of, like, paper mache, I think, so they have that real handmade look. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Jeff Dunham. Yeah, Jeff Dunham is a ventriloquist, right? So that's a completely different thing than I like to do. It's one because I never studied ventriloquism. There was a woman named Esther Rutherford, who's a ventriloquist from England. She's a very young woman. She's in university right now, but she had this little tiny frog who was like insulting and whatever, and her ventriloquism skills were amazing. I hope she comes back. And there's a girl on a young girl, like a 12-year-old girl on America's Got Talent right now, who her puppetry. I mean, her ventriloquism's great. The story she does, she just did a song that I saw, which is not all that exciting to me, but the ventriloquism with that rabbit puppet. I mean, while she's just talking to the judges, the rabbit's kind of like doing his thing and doing her thing, and it's just, I love it because that subtlety with puppets is great. I love it. So like, so I was saying, if the cow was just kind of like a moo cow, like I'd be like, oh my goodness, you're a cow, you're a cow. Oh, you're such a cow. Like, it would be great, but I don't have any of those. I don't have any nonverbal characters of my own. I do. Ellen, you're fine. Oh my gosh, you made it. Ellen Stevenson is from England. She does, if anybody watches RuPaul's Drag Race, she does recaps with a guy named John Villa. And she makes characters. I wish you'd do more character work. I'm gonna call you out a little bit. Your recaps are wonderful, and I know they get a ton of views, but I love it when you do character work. I hope you do a bit more as you grow, as if RuPaul's goes away, because I love your character work. I was an improv comedian for professionally for about 5 years. I had a day job, but challenge accepted, great. But she just made an alien, what is it, corset, bustier kind of thing. It's an alien that's on her chest. She wears this leotard. Check out her Instagram. It's amazing. So yeah, and I want to get together with you, Ellen, at some point and make some puppets together, like some drag puppets. I was gonna make a Sasha Velour puppet out of velour, but they do their own puppets on the show, and like, I forget who did the Sasha puppet, but it was perfect because Sasha is just a blank canvas. She's bald and she's got one eyebrow that's drawn exactly. So as soon as they did that, I was like, well, no need for me to make a puppet. We were going to do a whole, we have a 3-year-old piglet puppet named Rupert, and we were going to do Rupert's drag race, and we actually put Rupert into drag. We gave him a little top hat with like tassels and a big wig and rainbow eyelashes, and it was going to be this whole thing, but by the time we got all the characters and to put them into like puppet drag, it would have taken so long that the season was over, so we might do it as like kind of a summertime thing. But Rupert's also a professional, not a professional, yeah, commercial puppet, so we're trying to do stuff more with our own. But yeah, she's done. I got all of this done. This, if people were here last week or have seen my Instagram or our Facebook friends, the body of Milk changed a lot. She's very heavy. She is a big puppet. I'll show you the inside. Excuse me, I don't mean to be rude, but not to be rude or nothing. But she's got 2 layers of interior foam, plus I have to sew her together. I'm not finished, but she has this polyfill in her as well. But there is the original puppet, and then the shaper that gives her stomach. The head was a lot smaller when I did it out of foam. The head was like this big, but she's got polyfill filling her out, which really gives her this big face. I'll point out the flaws. The tongue, the jaw is set to an angle. What did I miss? Justin! Oh my gosh, Justin is online. Justin Bennett does beads online. You should check him out. He just did a watermelon like keychain thing, which is cool. So her jaw is much bigger than I had before. It was kind of flat. You can see this is where the jaw ended before, so I added some polyfill. We found a cowbell, took out the clapper because it was loud, and put a piece of ribbon. So yeah, I am very happy with her. even though she does look incredibly unprofessional to me still, because she's, I still want watermelon ice cream. Watermelon will come into season here in Boston probably in the next month or so, and I would want to make it with fresh watermelon instead of any, like, you know, I wouldn't want to make it with like watermelon flavoring or anything, so I will do a watermelon something. It might be a watermelon mint sorbet. I was thinking about this, and we're growing mint in the backyard, so that might be good for a 3-ingredient recipe. I like that cow. I love her. The problem I was coming up with the cow was I was trying to do a whole body, right? So her head's this big, and the reason she's got such a big head is because mutton, she had to be in relation to mutton. And I'm talking a lot about this because the contest video will go up probably today or tomorrow morning. The live stream will go up tonight. Probably tomorrow morning I'll have the contest, which we just finished. I just finished editing. I'm super proud of it. It's for Heifer International. So if you see, they work. It's ready for the movies. Oh, aren't you clever? No. I still can't figure out the voice for her. So if anybody remembers, I'm going back again. Edie McClurg. She was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She was in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. She got kind of this, oh my goodness. So, he's a righteous dude. Oh, Ed, you were like Dirty Harry. So, that's her. Edie McClurg has like a real Minnesota kind of Milwaukee. Yeah. And lots of cows are from Milwaukee, don't you know? Oh, yeah. The problem with using that voice is that she always turns Irish for me. So, like Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, yeah. Although Mrs. Doubtfire would have more English, so it would be more like, let's see. Oh, hello. Oh, you know, like that kind of thing. James Mansfield. I would love to do a puppet and send it to James Mansfield, because it's another RuPaul's Drag Race drag queen. Because he's a puppeteer. He started out as a puppeteer, but I would want to get a little better, because this is good. This is pretty good, but this is still, I can still see, you can see, like, the mouth is a bit wonky, the tongue is not down like this too much. How can I send you a link that I told you about a puppeteer from India? Go on any one of my videos, especially one of my recent videos, and just drop the link there. It might go into spam, but I always check my spam folder, because a lot of stuff goes into spam that shouldn't. So if anybody was here last week, we did eyes. These are not the eyes that I did last week. Those eyes were a little bit too small. And the ping pong balls that I found were, the light hit them funny when I put them in front of the camera. So these are actually styrofoam balls. You can see. God, she's fuzzy. Sorry. And I gave her these blue eyelids instead of black, because that way they showed up, and it makes her look like she's wearing blue eyeshadow. Like a lady. Oh, yeah. And then we decided she needed hair, because she's an older cow, you know. So she's got this little thing. She's got, I don't know if you can see her horns, so she has horns. And then the ears, which I'm super proud of. I seem to be good at making ears for puppets. But she's not perfect. Like, you know, her jaw's a bit weird. The body is good if it's on camera, but it's only good from certain angles. Like, I can't do a walking thing. Oh, Peter's home. Peter bought dinner stuff for me, because I'm sick. I'm sweating like a hooker in church. Ooh.
How much does a hooker in church sweat?
She sweats a lot. Oh, yeah. We're going to have manwich tonight. I'm hoping it's made out of chicken, because otherwise, oh, that makes me sad.
Just keep hoping.
Just keep hoping. What do you say? Let's see. The blue eyeshadow. She loves blue cheese. Blue cheese! Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, all I see is the flaws in the puppets, but I'm getting better. Considering I've only been really sewing for the past month, I'm pretty happy. I love your videos. Thank you so much. I love it when people love my videos. I really do enjoy it when people come here that I don't see in the comments. If you haven't fully decided yet, I have a deeper, jolly kind of voice, so hope you get better. Thanks. I have no idea what it is. I think it's just lack of sleep right now. so kind of deeper and jolly. If you know Sesame Street, there's what's the cow's name on Sesame Street?
Gladys.
Gladys. Gladys the cow. She has kind of a voice like this, or lower. Oh yes, so that might work. But we've already filmed a video where she's kind of like this. Oh yeah, yeah. So that's fun. Sorry, I'm just readjusting here. Oh my god, I love Sesame Street. I do too. But yeah, so yeah, coming up with characters with these puppets is it's just kind of, I switch because she's so hot and it's like 100 degrees in here right now with the lights and everything. So yeah, coming up with characters for your puppets that you create is you think you have a character to begin with, but the character comes out as soon as you make it. You're like the rest of us who create projects. We're always more critical of ourselves than we can point out every flaw in a crafty project. I think the cow looks perfect. Oh, Peter's home, so he's going to do mutton. You deserve more subscribers. Go give them to me. I think subscribers is hard. Subscribers are hard to. Oh, sorry, I just kicked the phone. Subscribers are hard to. Well, Mutton, you're causing chaos.
Well, it was the way I was excited to get in here.
You are. We filmed a video with you yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you started the video without me.
Well, yeah, because we never know when Peter's going to get home, and I sent him shopping.
What does that have to do with anything?
Oh, the ways of puppets are hard. I like your little hair.
Aww. I like your little hair, too.
Oh, thank you very much. Don't eat it. No eating my hair. I know goats.
What am I, a squirrel?
Aren't you a goat?
No.
You're a lamb?
I'm a sheep.
You're a sheep? What the heck are you?
I could ask you the same thing.
I'm a worm. Oh.
Yeah.
Want to see an old worm? Watch. I'm an old worm.
You look like you're gonna go back to the future.
No, I'm Andy Wormhole. Wormhole? Warhol? Get it?
Those are the jokes, folks.
So yeah, so we filmed that Heifer International thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that?
It was okay.
It was okay.
It was a little bit
Gonna need
pressure.
a link on your tradition video. Please go and watch get more ideas. Thank you so much. It would be interesting to see what a Indian puppeteer does.
We're hilarious.
We are hilarious. You're mostly
What's hilarious?
It means very, very funny.
Oh.
Post a video of Instagram of Magnus watching you. Magnus is only 6 months old and he watches us on
What's
YouTube.
Magnus?
Magnus is a little boy,
Oh.
a little baby.
I thought it was those things that you put up on a refrigerator to hold things on.
Those are magnets.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. And then Magnum is a ice cream sandwich on a stick.
It's also a gun.
We can't talk about that on YouTube because that makes it advertiser not friendly.
Oh.
So yeah, so
There's a couple other things I could mention that Magnum is, but I'm...
yeah, that's another thing we
family
can't
show.
mention on YouTube. And magnesium. Do you know what magnesium is?
Snarky snark.
Snarky snark. Snarky snark. Oh yeah. Your men's long hair videos are pretty helpful and informing. Please keep up the good work. Thank you very much. We're also puppeteers. When I get my hair cut, I probably will be doing a video about that. I'm not going to get it cut short, but if you can see, I have like about...
He cut short.
I've got about a foot of long hair where I can get rid of that, so I think I'm going to do that for the summertime.
When?
What?
Man.
I keep saying I will. I never
Yeah,
do.
you've been saying that for the past year now.
I know, seriously. I've been saying I'm getting a haircut for the past year now. You're terrible. See, I lose the voice.
Procrastination.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I procrastinate. Procrastinating is not very good for self-esteem.
Who are you, a cat?
Don't talk down to your elders. You're looking for your elders where you talk down to them?
Yeah.
You're looking down?
Yeah. There's one right there.
There's one right here, too. By
Yeah,
quite
but
a bit.
this one's below me. What's he doing there?
Your
I'm
elder?
freaked out.
Oh, that's one of the things with puppets. Never let them look down.
Ah!
You going away? So yeah, so we did film that video yesterday. It will drop tomorrow or upload tomorrow. I like to have one video per day. I don't like to put more than one up each day because it can be a little bit overwhelming, I think, for a viewer. So we had a really good time making it. It had to be 2 minutes or less. What are you looking for?
I'm just seeing what's here.
Oh, that's it. I don't have any other characters. So we've got Fred's over there, but Fred's been in a lot of them. What? We don't have any other characters that I made or that we've made. We have Mama. Imagine if you looked down and someone's hand was up your butt. Oh, yep. That's kind of the idea. Done, link sent. Oh, awesome. Cool. Thanks so much. Yeah, so puppet characters. Oh, do you need to get out of there?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. I was going to make something. Okay, so here's my stupid idea that I had while I was a little bit sweaty and not sleeping last night. So Sullivan needs to film something tomorrow because we film usually the day before because we're bad YouTubers. And he last week did a fidget spinner video, and I thought, what if he met an agent? But it turns out that the agent wasn't for him. It was the agent for fidget spinners. And whoop, sorry, our living room's really tiny, and so Peter's trying to make his way around. But he was an agent for the fidget spinners, and he was a fidget spinner himself. I might have a fever. So I thought I would make a puppet that was in the shape of a fidget spinner, and I thought, well, why don't I do that on the live stream today? And then I realized, one, that's impossible to make because fidget spinners are flat and they're kind of shaped like this. So I saw the shape in my head, but I couldn't figure out how to make it have a mouth. And then I thought, those fidget blocks. I don't know if you've seen that before the spinners came, these little blocks that had like switches and knobs and things in a square, so I was going to make this square thing, and now I have no idea what I'm going to do. But we'll figure out a Sullivan video. I have some other ideas, but yeah, that's how feverish I was that we were. Hey, was that a good idea? No? What are we going to do instead?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
But you're our consultant. You're not the consultant?
I mean, Sullivan.
Oh, you're only the consultant to Sullivan. Oh, I see. Yeah. So you're looking natty though. This is a permanent thing now. Yeah. So the consultant finally got clothes. He was without clothes for a while. I know, seriously. You didn't have any clothes. Do you want to? There we go. No, you're okay. You're okay. Yeah. So we were talking about. I have a fidget cube. Helps me out. Yeah, I was gonna make a puppet, a fidget cube puppet, but that would be a bit much. No, not a good idea. I get slapped for that. Are you still going to make hair vids when you cut your hair? How short are you planning on having? So...
Crew cut.
A crew cut. Well, you have almost like a crew cut. You want to get rid of all my hair? I was looking for the fur. Oh, there it is. There we go. No! I see what the consultant's doing now. Yeah, I'll still make videos. It was every Monday at work, I would be like, what the heck can I do about long hair? And I was repeating things. I was like, what's dandruff? What's a conditioner do? What does shampoo? And plus there are some people in the house who might want to cut my hair. Maybe we can give you some hair. There we go. Oh, aren't you lovely?
A long hair video.
A long hair video? You could be a... That's great advice for long hair people. Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm probably going to go to shoulder length, maybe a little bit lower, either lower or higher, because if it hits the shoulder, it curls. And once I get that cut, then I will absolutely make an update on that. I was thinking of doing like kind of a fairly short hairstyle, not short, but like short for long hair. But I have no idea what style I want. There's a artist named Jim McKenzie. If you look him up on YouTube, he had one video that went really viral. It's called The Scarecrow, but he has kind of this, it's kind of hipster hair, and it's much younger than I can probably go, but I like the way it is. He has kind of like these like this bangs that goes in front, and then the hair is to his shoulders, kind of all over, and it's kind of shaggy, and it looked kind of cool. And it is getting so hot this summer that I already went through 2 summers. I went through a full summer in 2015 where I had a play that was being performed in New York, and no place had air conditioning, so I was wandering around without air conditioning with long hair, and it was just so hard. Oh, let me allow you in. You can see our terrible kitchen. Just a sec. Okay. Go to that link and watch
Good
it.
Lord, it's so hot in here.
It's very hot in here.
Turn on the freaking air conditioner.
It is on. It's low right now.
Well,
Is that all you got to say about it, Mama?
I'm waiting for you to go turn it on.
There's no path to the air conditioner. Maybe you could earn your keep. What kind of music do you listen to? The 1970s. We listen to the 70s on 7 almost every day. It reminds me of my childhood. Just found out that today that you have a website or two. Oh yeah.
Or 3 or 4 or
Well, I just
17.
I have the website. It's called zingcat.com, and I write articles about creativity, and I also post my videos there. And also, we have should it still be emeraldsentinel.com, or should we wait for you?
We'll wait for the launch.
Okay, so Peter's going to launch his portfolio website. Peter, do you like Led Zeppelin? Sure, yeah. My older brother is more of a metalhead, so he was into. I've been to when in the '80s we went to see Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, all these colors. Ronnie
I
James.
prefer the Andrews sisters.
Yep, they were lovely. Ronnie James Dio I've seen in concert.
Hold tight, hold tight.
We saw Kiss. Nope, that was AC/DC. I Party All Night Long. No, Shook Me All Night Long. I know, serious. I've been awake. Oh, your glasses. So this is Mama. It's speaking of the 70s. This, if you remember Carol Burnett show, Carol Burnett had a character called Mama, played by Vicki Lawrence, and this is a tribute to Vicki Lawrence's Mama.
You mean I'm not the real thing?
You are the real thing. You're the only purple Mama we have. You're like deep purple Mama. You gotta say something if you're gonna be on.
Shut the hell up.
There we go. Perfect. So Mama is kind of an amazing creation. She is a Whatnot puppet base, and then this is Kit stuff. So this is a Kit nose, Kit eyes, but the rest is all Peter's creation. She has my favorite thing about her. Can we show off? Is her little tiny white purse.
Don't you start getting the ideas and stealing my purse.
What's in your purse?
I told you not to get any ideas.
So she's got this little tiny purse. Of course, the gray hair, which is a lovely gray wig. Pearls. You can see the pearls right here, which are nice. And is this from your Mama costume? When you were Mama for Halloween?
No?
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 Peter was Mama for Halloween once, and he had pearls. And then this is my favorite thing, because I have no idea. So, kids' infant-sized clothes are great for puppets, but what infant wears this little old lady kind of a dress? Yeah, it was called Mama's Family after the Carol Burnett show, but on the Carol Burnett show, they did the Mama skits that
It
had
was just called The Family on. The Family.
The Family. Yeah, it was just called The Family, and it was based on Carol Burnett's actual family, right? Like, or on
sort of.
Yeah, sort of on her relatives. So yeah, and is this this was a different piece, right? This wasn't
Mm-hmm.
a.
It's a doily.
It's a doily. So this is a doily as her like little ruff here, and then she's got. Do you have birdseed? What is her? That's a rude question.
It's awfully personal.
Awfully personal.
Well, you see, on the Carol Burnett show, Bob Mackey did the costumes.
Yes.
And he made boobs.
He made boobs.
Lots in different shapes.
Some of them very pendulous.
And they were all filled with rice.
With rice, yes, that's it. It wasn't birdseed, it was rice.
It was rice.
It was rice. So if you ever saw Eunice, Eunice, I don't want to make you get up because you don't play Eunice, but we have a Eunice puppet as well, which is really cool. Rice boobs, yes.
Rice
Actually,
boobs.
that would be a great username for a YouTuber.
You are so sick.
Rice boobs. I think that's awesome. I also might be very sick
Good
today.
Lord.
I am so sick today. I can't even tell you.
You're playing hockey with a warped puck.
You
You got splinters in the windmills of your mind.
So, what's another one?
You riding the cotton pony?
That one's rude. I can't say that
Yeah.
one. What would Rice Boobs videos be about? What would Rice Boobs videos be? Well, let's see. I guess fashion. She would be a fashion.
It's a Japanese hooker.
Well, that's rude.
And?
Uh,
Good Lord.
Good Lord. Oh, you off?
Yes?
Oh, I thought you were off. I was going to adjust your glasses. We need to tape your glasses on.
You need to tape your own glasses on.
My glasses fall down all the time too. Plus, with these lights here, they get all shiny the whole time too.
That's your problem.
Do you want to find Eunice?
I'll see what I can do.
See if you can find
But
Eunice.
You know Eunice, she's no good to nobody.
She's no good to nobody. Okay, so Mama's gonna go off and try to find Eunice for us. You now. Don't look. You can see Peter in the mirror. Peter doesn't like to be on camera, but every once in a while you can see him in things, especially in like our bloopers on 3-ingredient recipes. You can sometimes see his face. I don't know why. He's a handsome guy. I don't know why he doesn't want to be on camera, but he doesn't. Okay, so Peter's getting Eunice. So if you remember Carol Burnett show, Mama was one of the characters, and before they did the Mama's Family show, that was odd. That just, it's going, oh my God, it's going by itself again.
It's adjusting itself.
That is so weird. No, seriously, look at the... That was moving all on its own. Oh my God, I'm sorry, but Peter moved, and a picture on the wall, and like literally, I don't believe in spirits or ghosts or anything like that, but a picture was moving itself on the wall, and it stopped moving when Peter looked. Maybe I'm feverish. Oh man, I wish I had turned around the camera.
Hello,
so you could see.
Mama.
Oh, there we go. This is Eunice.
Hello.
So if we're
Sorry I don't have my appropriate voice.
Mama,
Mama.
Mama. Rob says, "What's up?" Rob is from the South, just like you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Mama. Oh, your hairline is a little bit odd. There we go.
So's yours.
My hairline. I've got a great hairline. I'm not going to take that. I have better hair than most 50-year-olds. So Eunice has an interesting hair because she has, what is this, 2 or 3 wigs?
This was one wig.
Yeah, this is a
That
little...
was way too small, so it ended up being a bun.
Yeah.
And then this is one or two sets of doll curls.
Yeah. So, hi, Cassandra. I don't know if I should say your real name. I'm sorry. Hi, Phone Jones. Eunice always had this big tuft of red hair and then longer hair, or sometimes up. So Peter managed to, he found this doll hair, which when it came, it was the perfect shape, but it was for a doll, for like a little doll. So that's just her bun up top. And then he bought just like bags of hair. You might want to move if you don't want your face on. There you go. You can buy bags of hair. Like if you make wigs, you can just buy hair and you put them into a wig cap. This is doll hair, so you would put it into right into a doll. So Eunice is, again, she's a Muppet whatnot. She has the eyes and the nose that came. These are actually pipe cleaners, her eyebrows, which I love her eyebrows. A lot of times puppets don't have eyebrows, but...
It's basically trying to get as close as I could to looking like Carol Burnett as I could.
Yep.
Without actually, doing real sculpting.
Yep. Yeah, because the face is just the standard face. She has real people false eyelashes, which are glued on. And then the lips are custom made. These are made out of felt. These are felt lips. And then, are these just beads or are these actual earrings?
Just beads.
Just beads. So these are beads that are glued onto her ears. I don't know if you can see. Can you turn this way? Turn the... Woo, woo. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can see it right here. So these are just beads. And then, again, little... Now, remember, we have to dress them in infant clothes. What infant wears this? What infant wears this? This is
It's amazing how close it is to the actual Bob Mackie costume.
This is like 1970s housewife realness. like the fabric feels entirely flammable. It's gauzy, it's weird, and this was on sale online for babies, which I think is weird. And then this is a piece of ribbon. And then does this come originally with the dress?
The bow, the flower was on the dress, but elsewhere.
back,
so I
right?
really I think it might have been on the
top.
somewhere in the décolletage.
Yep.
And I just basically relocated it because we actually needed one for the ribbon.
Yep. Yeah, and she needed interesting choices for clothes. I know, like, who the heck? I mean, you can dress your baby any way you want to. I don't care. I mean, all babies look cute no matter what they're in, but that's an ugly dress for a baby, really. I gotta say. Maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe it's for, like, maybe people in other areas of the world like to wear that. And then, of course, she's also got, not to be rude or nothing, but she also has an entire chest, which
Not
is
as much as Mama.
not as much as Mama, but she actually does have a bra, yeah, basically you made a bra. And then she's got this lime green sweater, which also I love this, because again, it's just like, it's a hideous color.
Details.
Yeah, so this is great work for customizing a puppet, I'll say. Peter didn't make the puppet, but he did customize it, and all of the choices are, like, amazing to me. I think that's just great puppetry customization. That's usually when we're...
It'd be nice if I could actually do her voice, though.
Yeah. I get closer to her voice than Peter does, but I'm not that good. Love those paintings on the wall behind you. Oh, thank you. Let's see. These guys... Oh, let me show you. Actually, take this down. I'll never be able to get back up again. This is actually Sullivan. This is a woman named Claire who... helps moderate a small YouTuber's Facebook group with me. She does drawing, and this, you see, this is Sullivan and his consultant. It's tough. There you go. Sullivan and the consultant. If you saw the episode of Sullivan where the consultant beat him up with an umbrella and then shaved his head, that was actually based on this drawing, because she said to be famous he should beat away the paparazzi and then shave his head like Britney Spears. And there's a little thing right in the middle that says all of that. And then this she did on camera. She didn't draw this one on camera, but she drew this one on camera. And that I actually asked her to make something of Sullivan that says how to be YouTube famous. So then that's this one. If I can ever get that back on the wall. Oh, nope, I completely ruined it.
You lost it. No, actually you didn't.
No, it just went into the wall. Our walls are very thin. So yeah, no, I don't have any painting. Going live? Ah, shit. Hopefully. I hope this keeps going. Oh, you're live. Okay. All right, cool. Sorry, the phone rang. So I don't know if anybody...
Do not disturb.
Nobody ever calls me. I always get texts, and texts don't interrupt this. All of our paintings and pictures are completely not straight on our walls. Sorry. So this duck, we collect rubber ducks. We have probably close to 1,000 in the house now. We collect rubber ducks. My friend made this. It's made out of torn paper. Kathy, you might be interested in this. You've probably seen this technique. It's got layers of torn paper and transparency, vellum, that she just piled on top of each other with spacers in between. It's really pretty. And then this is by my favorite actual artist that I can afford. He's a painter. He's a body painter named David Gilmore. He makes, if you've ever seen that show, oh gosh, what's the body painting show?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember what it's
Yeah, there's on the crookedness of the paintings. When I used to do my hair updates here, it's the same name, but he spells it the same way, but it's just a different, I think David Gilmore is M-O-U-R, but this guy, yeah.
Senor Wences?
Senor Wences. Is that right?
It's alright.
It's alright. Could put some eyes on you. Put a nose on you. There we go. Oh, that's how I actually like him. So he's a body painter, and there is a body painting show that he does, like,
Go on!
Does
Your story's gripping me.
I love him. Oh my god, this is just the hair with the nose. I love this. We might have to use that.
What do you mean it's just hair with a nose?
Well, what's your name?
McGuff.
McGuff.
I don't know.
This is McGuff the...
Just McGuff.
Just McGuff. I love your cricket pictures. I watched that show. Yeah, so he's a consultant on that show, and this is actually a drawing of one of the models he did, and I saw this online, and it's just the detail that's in that. I like that it's black and white and gray scale on one side, and then all colors, and then I don't know if you can see inside of it, but there's like faces and words and all sorts of stuff in there. So I just love that. Plus, and then this one right here is Dog, right here, from the George series meeting Goofy at Disney World.
Pluto.
Meeting Pluto at Disney World. So that was, I mean, we have a lot. If we ever did a tour of the apartment, Skin Wars, that's it. Yes. He's not a contestant, he's not a judge. He, like, anytime you see, like, in the credits where all the models, it spells out Skin Wars, or any of the examples, he does a lot of that. On his Facebook page, he'll show you what he's done, but he's done, like, commercials. He's really, really well known. I got this a few years ago, but now he does, like, installations for, like, the state of California and stuff, so this would probably go for a lot of money if I ever wanted to sell it, but I never want to sell this. I want another one of his, but I probably can never afford it again. Which is part of the reason why I like to buy paintings by up-and-coming artists. Anything that's on our walls that's not like a silly thing. Like we have a Muppet Show cuckoo clock, we have an IKEA cat that's frankly terrifying. It's like a cat. But everything else is made by friends or as pictures of our theater stuff. So we have all original art on our walls, which is not expensive, but I think it adds a lot of character to our house. Anyway, I have talked for an hour, and for somebody who, I went home sick this afternoon, I took a nap, I was not feeling well, I'm still not feeling well, you can probably see I look not so good today, I'm looking very pale, but I want to thank you all so much for joining me to talk about puppets, to talk about puppet characters. I always love it when Peter's home to join us because he makes it a lot of fun. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Tonight this will go up as soon as this goes live. If you have a YouTube channel or if you have something that you want people to see, put it in the comments in the update. Hello.
Yes.
You can do that voice.
Of course. Who can't?
Aren't you just the cutest?
That makes one of us.
So Mutton and Milk will be in a contest video. I think I'm pretty sure I can put it public. I don't think it has to be unlisted. So that'll be tomorrow for Heifer International. And
Don't get disqualified.
don't want to get disqualified. I think I would have a great day too. Yeah, everybody have a great day. If you want to join the live stream video itself, if you want to go in and put anything that you wanted to put in comments, because the comments don't stay. I can never end these things well, so I just want to say thanks so much for joining us this time, and we will see you throughout the week.
What?
All right. See you later, guys.